Well, good afternoon, everyone. Welcome to Final Fantasy Feast. It is me, Pleonastic Tautology. It is us, Pleonastic Tautology. We are in the home stretch. I did a bunch of off-stream prep, mostly buying and rejiggering spells, because when you prestige warrior and, well, fighter and thief, they become paladin and ninja. Paladins can use some very small list white magic, and ninja can use some larger list than what paladin can use black magic. And that required also spending a lot of money. So I've also spent the time before stream grinding out more money, because the next stop on this journey involves buying a key item. And let me tell you, I'm so happy that most Final Fantasies going forward don't require you to spend a ton of gil on things. Some of them do, but usually it's for some sort of optional thing. And that doesn't require you to, like, spend 40,000 gil, typically. But, when it comes to equipment, the prices in this game are kind of jacked. Like, everything's just kind of hyper expensive for no good reason. But hey, whatever. It's literally a shop that sells one thing, and that thing is a bottled fairy. And hey, we bought it. Now, what do we do with the bottled fairy? Well, there's this town that you can only get to via airship. I mean, that's a bunch of this stuff. We're at a point where the game... So you see this, like, kind of teal patch? This is swamp. And, you know, the trees are obviously forest. I don't have to tell you that. But what it does mean is that where you can land the airship, hi Kiki, where you can land the airship is limited. Like, this light green and the regular green, you can land the airship on. But if you try and land it on swamp, it bounces you. And obviously you can't land it in a forest. So when Final Fantasy VII makes you breed the ultimate chocobo in order to get Knights of the Round, that's not the first time it has used the ability to get around via flight and where an airship can land as a limiter. Oh. Huh. Okay. I thought I would have to just walk over there myself. I mean, I still do, I guess, but... whatever. How do I get... It's, what, up here, I think? You have to go, like, behind the item shop. And that's the choich. And then over here. There we go. You're the ones who rescued me from that bottle. I'm sorry about running away, but I was just so scared. I'll get you some oxyale from the bottom of the spring to make up for it, okay? You obtain oxyale. Air will flow out of that water for as long as you have it. So also, if you think that Final Fantasy XIV was the first time there was a plot contrivance for you to breathe underwater, you're also mistaken. Like, there are so many things that are signposted in Final Fantasy I that, you know, recur. But like, whoo boy. But yeah, see, like, I can't land... The closest I can land to the next town I have to go to is here. And I mean, it's whatever, but... Now, it may be obvious at this point, we're going for the water crystal. And I didn't want to make a milling joke because everyone hates mill and my viewership is low enough as it is. So I went with, you know, the Tina Turner reference. Because why not? Let's... Actually, wait. I haven't used spells, so I'm just gonna use pots to heal up. Yeah, this is fine. Now it's like, well, what's here? Like, how are we getting to the bottom of the ocean? What are we doing? I mean, fair question. This is largely a fantasy game. Like, there's an airship, but it's clearly some sort of ancient thing. So, like, how are we getting to the bottom of the sea? A submarine. You're the ones we've been waiting for. Please save the mermaids. Okay. Do you want to get in the barrel? Oh. So one of the things, one of the fun trivia things. One of the things about living in New York is that you tend to learn a little bit more about Niagara Falls than, like, anyone who's not near Niagara Falls. And let me tell you, there's a lot of weird shit that people have done involving Niagara Falls. Is that the best way to put it? But, yeah. No, there's weird shit. It's very funny. Alright, we're here, I suppose. Against all odds, we are underwater. And things still don't pose a challenge. Cool. Gotta love when things still don't pose a challenge, right? Just great stuff. A+, you love to see it. I mean, I did, to grind for 40k gil, I did also level up maybe like 8 times. So, shrug. But also, like, I don't know. You've heard me complain about... Sagan Prince. Fascinating. Still does in one hit. Okay. Well, what do you know? But yeah, a lot of people have gone over Niagara Falls in, let's say, various conveyances. Like, I know, so this might be a my age thing. I don't know Hey, Leos, how often are old cartoons shown these days? Because, like, I grew up thinking that a barrel was something that fit around, like, the torso of a person. No. Barrels are fucking huge. These are barrels that people, when it is said that people went over Niagara Falls in barrels, it is... You have to get that image out of your head. Because it is... These are... Witch Cat. But these are large barrels that can fit a full adult person. Hi, Pepper. Fit a full adult person inside them. With, like, not a lot of space, but at least, like, enough space to, like, not feel cramped, but also not enough space that they would get, like, fully jostled around. But also, going over Niagara Falls in a barrel is still a really dumb thing to do. So, you know, don't. If you were thinking about it, don't think about it. No, it's not a good idea. Okay, now we're actually, like, facing enemies. A sea troll, huh? Let's throw a Thundara their way. But yeah, no, it's weird. It's weird. It's really weird. So you know, just don't go over Niagara Falls in a barrel. But I mean, barrels are meant to be... Like, barrels are literally the original shipping container. This is something, this is not a bit. But yeah, they're the original shipping container. They were used to move goods around the world, so, like, they had to be... they had to be airtight and watertight because they were going over... You know, we're talking, like, olden times. Olden times, air quotes. You get what I mean. But, like, that shit had to be watertight and airtight, so... You know. But yeah, no amount of cushioning can really help you if you're going over Niagara Falls in a barrel, let's say. So just don't. Just don't. You know. Be kind to yourself. Don't... My advice as a 36-year-old, don't go over Niagara Falls in a barrel. I mean, if you're thinking about doing a barrel roll, you know, that you just have to press ZR twice. But thinking about putting yourself in a barrel, don't. Don't. That'd be silly, so just don't. What was I... Right, so... Last week, Loading Ready Run had their capped subathon, and during it, James did his morning show, which is now a weekly thing that started this morning. The working title seems to be, the title going forward might be Good Morning Moonbase. But it was a lot of fun. And the iteration of it on the subathon was it was James with Corey and Jordan. And Corey asked if James knew how to do a barrel roll, and apparently doing the full thing is not actually a barrel roll, which is wild. Like, who knew that video games lied to us? Don't answer that. Yes. Thank you, Leos. That term was said, but I could not remember it because it's a term I've never heard before. You know how it is. Actually, wait, let's... So, as you can see, I have very minimal spell slots here on Ninja, but you know what? Let's do some shenanigans. Actually, let's do yet more shenanigans, because Heal Aura is actually useful, turns out. Turns out. That's wild that they put... Because Chocobos are not in Final Fantasy 1. Chocobos, if I recall correctly, start in 2? I don't actually know the answer. No, 2. Yeah. 2. And... It's wild that they went back and made the confuse imagery the Chocobo. How are we looking health-wise? I'll cast another Heal Aura. Neat. Yeah, I have, like, actually useful spells now. Which is wild. Sick. At least I'm making up some of the gil I had to spend, because, like, I still have spells I need to get and whatnot. Like, I'm not done buying stuff. Like, there are still spells I have to buy in various whatnots. But, you know, I'm making... Ooh, I've more than made the money back. Holy crap. Ooh. I did... So, part of what I did as prep also was, reorder spells that, White Mage and Black Mage have. Specifically because it's like, there are some things I want, but I wanted to favor certain utility spells. But now, like, Paladin and Ninja can have some of those utility spells. And I can go for more, like, you know, hit the guy with brick. Light axe, huh? Good grief. It's only... But it also reduces... it's fine. Like, I'm so out-damaging everything anyway, that it really just does not matter if, like, I should just go for pure damage output. Like... Like, I literally got Black Mage a weapon called Cat's Claws, which any Final Fantasy IX players might recognize as one of, weapon from there. But, yeah, no, everyone just outputs so much fucking raw damage. It's genuinely funny. Yeah, I'm gonna Cura on myself, because that's funny. I'm gonna... let's use Protera, and then we'll use... me? Thundaga. It missed everyone else. That's funny. You do love to see number go up. Number go up is always a good time. Mage's Staff. What's that do? So, like, I thought about selling those things, because, like, I'm probably never going to use them, but because they are technically magical items, I haven't yet. Because they are the only ones in the game. But, like, I don't need a staff that casts Fyra, or, you know, a staff that casts Heal, or an axe that casts Dyra. I can just smack things until they die. Like, I'm just so over-leveled that it doesn't, like, magical weapons... Oh, that's a lot of money. Holy shit. It doesn't matter. It just does not, like, at all. It's... I don't know. I wouldn't call it sad. Yay, I have rescued a mermaid. There are a bunch of mermaids. The light of the sea is lost. We will turn into sea foam and vanish forever. Okay, so I have to clear the dungeon. Oh, that's a bunch of diamond armlet, eh? So yeah, also like... Yeah, let's put that on White Mage. Upon prestiging, like, ninja can use just... Oh. Okay, you'll get Light Axe. But, like, ninja can use regular shields and regular armor and regular helms and, like, more swords and stuff. But yeah, you can get the friggin' Light Axe, I guess. It is, strictly speaking, just better. One of our friends went to see the world above and hasn't returned. I wonder what she's doing now. I do hope she's alright. Oh, that must have been the weird ghost thing. You can breathe underwater? How? How? That's funny. Hey, more money. Save the sea. Restore light to the water crystal. That's what I'm here for. Are those the crystals the legends speak of? Just who are you? I love how kind of, like, incredulous they are. It's very funny. I mean, that's just 5,000 go right there. Huh. To get to one of the rooms, I have to do a thing that... This is the uppermost level of the shrine. The Kraken, the Fiend of Water, nests on its lower level. I might have to loop around to get to some treasure. While the Fiend of Water lives, the light of the sea grows ever darker. God damn it. Are there just not encounters on this floor? Diamond Shield, I'll also take that. Yeah, okay. So I also bought Protect Rings, which protect against instant death mechanics. Which also means I get to save a spell slot. The Mirage Tower stands in the desert to the east of the continent, right? Well, I saw someone go into the tower. I heard the most lovely chiming sound. Antidote. Okay, sure. Alright, and then I go here to get to the cross section, and then up, over, up. And then I guess I loop, which is so weird in what is ostensibly a building. Diamond gloves. Hey, I got the Rosetta Stone. What do I need the Rosetta Stone for? You'll see. Diamond helm. I mean, it's a... So that's the thing also. The Protect Ring gives a ton of defense to the point where the diamond gloves don't help. It's genuinely funny. But hey, Ninja is getting some strict upgrades, so let's fucking go. But, like, the fact that, like, that I'm looping, like, in, like, an overworld way, but in what is ostensibly a building, is so weird. It's so weird. It freaks me out a little. I don't like it. Alright, well, back up we go. But, you know, I do need that for plot contrivance reasons, so, you know. Yeah, okay. Okay. Yeah, now we're back to the silly high encounter rate. Huh, auto battle automatically picked a spell that would be effective. Interesting. I was using auto battle when grinding for Gil earlier because, like, some of the stuff I was fighting was moderately a challenge, but not by much. Yeah, how much money do I have now? Oh, I have a silly amount of money. Good, because spells are expensive. That's just an empty room. Now, what I'm going to do... Okay. What I am going to do briefly is that since this is the entrance, I am going to briefly go topside and just do a quick little heal up, because also I'll be in a city, so I can just hit the inn. But yeah, like, you know, spell slots. Ooh, you love to see that. But yeah, let's just hit the end. Hell, I might be even able to, like, buy some spells. Because there are spells here for me to buy. Also, surprising absolutely no one who's known me for longer than, like, a year, I made a spreadsheet about this. I made a spreadsheet about the spells. Like, I know Leos will be like, oh, what a surprise. Because, like, yeah. Alright, what was I going to take? I was going to take Saber. Because I can. But yeah, as you can see, the spells are friggin' 30k. For level 7. And then I was going to take Hilaga. Which, you know, is better. And, like, I still have a bunch of money. But, like... oh, boy. Alright, yeah. Cool. Up. Let's head back in. But yeah, like, for folks who don't know, we kind of make spreadsheets about everything. We have a spreadsheet dedicated. When we buy deli meat, which is rare mostly because we're bad at any sort of... We're bad at having the memory to do food prep. Our brain is, like, we have a very complicated relationship to food. But... Sorry, I'm thinking about it and laughing. Instead of buying deli meat by the pound, we would ask for a specific amount of slices of the meats we wanted and the cheese because of how we would construct a sandwich. And if that sounds insane, it is. But we have a spreadsheet for that so we can math it out correctly based on, like, how many days we want sandwich for. I should just look at all the spreadsheets I have. Of course, I have the massive library database. Hello, Retro Gamer. Welcome. You are joining us for Final Fantasy Feast. Evade. I don't actually know. I'm playing the Pixel Remaster, which isn't in the drop-down. Yeah, I'm not sure. What I'd have to guess is there's definitely some weird probability bugs going on. Just based on, like, how high the encounter rate is and, like, the likelihood of the player's attacks hitting versus the enemy's attacks hitting. Yeah... I don't know. I think also, like, I did have a period of time, genuinely, where it felt like Ninja, like, I have VODs of kind of Ninja dying the most. Wow, a 120+% hit rate. That's wild. But yeah, like, there was a period of time where it felt like Ninja was just getting hit the most. Which was frustrating, and I did have 2 total party wipes. Yeah, I don't know. It's not something I've noticed yet. But... yeah, I don't know. I haven't played... yeah, like, everything... like, things do just hit Ninja harder. I don't. Okay. Things do just hit Ninja harder. But yeah, I don't know. I've just had weird... yeah, no, I have noticed that too, that Ninjas crit a lot. Also just, like, a high hit count, even before any buffs. But yeah, it definitely feels like there's some level of just probability bug, that they just, even in remasters, or at least this remaster, never fiddled with. Hold on. No, wrong thing. There we go. Okay. Wait, is the... okay, the map did not loop. Yeah, I mean, I haven't had a miss in a very, 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 very long time. Like, I genuinely cannot remember the last time I had a character's hit miss. Yeah, I don't know. Like, this game just has weird math. But that's just kind of true of the era in some ways. And I understand to a degree not fixing it, but they should fix it. They should have fixed it like a little bit. Yeah, I don't know. It definitely has a degree of weird game-itis. Where it's like, you know, how do these things even work? Well, shrug. Yeah, it's a long game. It's a very long game. This is, as you can see, episode 6, but also episode 5 was very short because that was just the Citadel of Trials. Oh, 4 Thieves. Yeah, I can imagine that would take longer because it kind of takes a bit for Thief to, like, curve up. I do know the famous run is 4 White Mages with hammers. But I went for the kind of traditional, air quotes, comp. But yeah, this is, episode 5 was just the Citadel of Trials, which also I expected it to be more challenging, and it wasn't. The Citadel of Trials was just very fast. And it's a little bit of a bummer that it was that fast. But also, like, I was very busy that day anyway, so. Oof. Yeah, this game is... It definitely... Final Fantasy 1 is definitely a game that feels like, oh, this was made for the original Nintendo, with all that entails. But, like, I don't know, I'm enjoying it more now. I'm not really... How to phrase? I'm enjoying this more now because it's like having prestiged, you know, like all of my, like, I don't know, it feels like the game is a modicum more challenging now that I'm, like, 2 crystals in. But it's still this thing of, like, I don't know, there's not really a curve, per se. Especially with just how incredibly high the encounter rate is. Like, I feel like more of the like, yeah, it's flawed, but in a way where it's like, oh yeah, this is a game from 1987. Like, it feels like a game from 1987, you know? I'm gonna... Yeah, that's worth doing. Yeah, I've in early episodes of this, I was comparing Final Fantasy 1 to an AD&D campaign where it's like, you know, you're just gonna run a module. I'm honestly excited to play Final Fantasy 13. Unfortunately, I have a brain that is very, easily influenced, let's say. No, I got those right. By other people's opinions of things. I wouldn't go that far. I appreciate Final Fantasy 13 existing. I think that I don't know, it's complicated because it's also like steeped in corporate stuff where like you have I don't know, I exist in a world where all of the money that Final Fantasy 14 earns that's like over its minimum operating expense is put towards all these other projects like stupid NFT crap and all these other things that nobody wants or asked for from Square. And it's like I don't know, I feel like it's this thing where Square Enix executives kind of expect Final Fantasy games to be pay pigs and don't necessarily give them the support that's necessary for them to not only do well, to not only be popular, but like to not only sell a lot, but to specifically be well received. And like I don't know. I'm genuinely excited to go back to 13 because I did play it on the original the Xbox 360 way back in the day. I'm genuinely excited to give it a go. I don't really vibe with the complaints about the linearity, but that's mostly because I've been playing a lot of other games. And also watching a lot of other games, like Final Fantasy X is pretty linear, all things considered. Like, it's the first Final Fantasy without a proper world map. The first area it really opens up in is the Calm Lands. I don't know, I don't mind linearity per se, but that's definitely a me thing. Like, I don't know, I tried to play 11, the first MMO, when it came out in the States, which, you know, was an expansion in. But like I gave it a solid shot, but like, and like it wasn't a common thing of the era for games to have, like, a quest log or whatever. But, like, that game had, like, no signposting. And, like, if you wanted an area map, you had to spend money. Pardon. And the only way to earn money was, like, the in-game economy. Like, you did not really earn money from, like, monster drops or just, like, kind of passively. And it's like... So, like, there is a degree to which, like, I don't know. I'm 36. I like knowing where I have to go. That's, like... That is, less of a thing I have to worry about. And I don't know, like, these are ultimately, like, RPGs are a way to convey a story. So, like, at a certain point, there is going to be some amount of linearity, I suppose. Yeah, I mean, like, I started playing... Technically, I guess my first JRPG was Pokemon Red. Red and Blue. I got both versions. But, like... You know, like... I like having the conveniences of... Ribbon. Ooh, I didn't realize Ribbon was in this game. Neat. Guards against elemental attacks and status effects. Yeah, let's stick that on White Mage. Love me a ribbon. Good old-fashioned ribbon. I did not actually play Zelda for the first time until Ocarina of Time. But, like, my memory starts with my house having a Super Nintendo and my babysitter having a NES. And, like, I did go back and play older Zelda games. I played some amount of Zelda 1 and 2 on the GameCube bonus disc that you got if you pre-ordered Wind Waker. And I played... After I played Ocarina of Time, I went back and got Link to the Past for the Super Nintendo. And... where do I go from here? Huh. Interesting. Oh, wait. Am I on floor 5 already? Did I just tunnel vision to... well, floor 1, I guess. Did I just tunnel vision my way to floor 1? I just tunnel vision my way to floor 1. Okay. But yeah, I mostly just, like, I did go back. But yeah, like, my first Final Fantasy was 9, and that, you know, had modern conveniences, to use the phrase. But, yeah, I don't know. I think I just went the wrong way. Yeah, like... I don't know. How much I want conveniences, it really varies on, like... the story that, like, the way the game is being presented to me, I guess. Like... I don't know, the thing that bothers me most about like, this is based off of the NES version of Final Fantasy 1, not the Wonder Swan version, so it has spell slots instead of mana point, instead of MP. And, like, I would vastly prefer MP, because then it actually feels like you're allowed to use magic. And, like, that's the thing for me. I feel like sometimes I'm punished for using magic at all. But, like, that's also because, like, the first time I tried playing, like, Dungeons and Dragons was in... Hold on. It was in 2009 in my first attempt at college, where someone spun up a chaotic asshole rogue. And also the DM was very much like, oh, I'm gonna punish you for taking the obvious course of action sort of person. And it never got further than session 1. Because why would it if, like, hey, I'm handed a magical artifact, I'm going to use Detect Magic. And then the DM tells me, okay, you go blind. And it's like, cool, I don't want to play this anymore. Yeah. But also, like, I don't know, it's the sort of thing where I also, even at, like, a moderately young age, it was the sort of thing where I paid a lot of attention to how games had you move about in the world. Like, that's something that really annoyed me about Pokemon Diamond and Pearl compared to Platinum. The order in which you did gyms felt like bad routing. I have not actually ever played an Elder Scrolls game. They don't particularly interest me. Yeah, when gameplay is too heavily dependent on stats, I kind of, I don't know, tune out a bit. Like, I did try to play Final Fantasy 2 on the PlayStation 1 for the Dawn of Souls remakes. And I mostly got the Dawn of Souls package because 8-Bit Theater made me want to play the first Final Fantasy. But I couldn't really get with the... Like, oh, you have to, like, I understand where 11 got it from, where it's like, oh, you have to, like, use the thing in order to become better at the thing, and, like, it makes sense, but it doesn't feel good gameplay-wise. Okay, it took us an hour, and we're at the water crystal, so... Neat. That's a good time. Do you really think you can defeat the Fiend of Water here in my own domain? Yes. Fools, these depths, dark depths shall be your tomb. Nah, I have lightning magic, dog. I'm good. Let's see how much... I'm gonna put haste on Black Mage. And let's throw up Proterra. And then I'm just gonna smack you with Thundaga a ton. Oh, yeah, I mean, EverQuest is also, like, old school. I mean, I also just recently have... I'm on a long-term hiatus from Final Fantasy XIV. Let's see... Raise one ally's attack. I will also put that on Black Mage. Let's see... I can't do that. Raise one ally's evasion. I'll put that on thief. Ah, dang it, I didn't mean to hit defend. Well. Yeah, like, struggling to get epic stuff is kind of a reason why I stopped playing, 11. That was a rough time of just, like, wow, trying to... Yeah, I don't like that gamer attitude of suck it up. It, bothers me greatly. God, see, this is how over-leveled I am. I did this in, like, no time at all. That just was not a hard fight. That just was not difficult. At all. Alright, well. That's the water temple done. So, I'm going to take It puts me outside Onak, but I want to heal. Sure. Well, I'm going to take a 5-minute break. And then we'll get started on the final temple, which is the Wind Crystal. Which grants you flying and vigilance? Scryfall the Wind Crystal. Creatures you control gain flying and lifelink until end of turn. Yeah, okay. Yeah, I can't I say I can't imagine giving myself giving that much time to a game, but I have put nearly cumulatively 2 years into Final Fantasy XIV over the course of 11 years. So, you know. But yeah, I'm going to take a 5-minute break, so everyone stretch, grab something to drink, use the bathroom if you gotta, and I'll see you back in 5. Alright, and we're back. Kiki, was the audio actually doubling? Alright, well, I healed up. And now, see, you can tell the difference between 2 shades of water. So this means I can use a canoe. I have to go all the way up here. Right, I get encounters while on a canoe. Like, again, this is where, like, Final Fantasy XI got it. Because also, Final Fantasy XI had you do real-time, real-time taking a boat. Ugh. Did not enjoy that. Or how, like, airships were on a literal schedule. You know, it'll be fun. So, I did recently get a piano. The music you were hearing was A Semic Speech by Jamie Page. And the Jamie Page bought me a Roland FP10 digital piano, which I am intent on learning how to play. And be fun to learn, what is nowadays known as Matoya's theme. It'd be fun to learn how to play that on the piano. All this stuff still dies in, like, 1 round. Let's do a Blizzog on these nerds. I love that the nightmares do just look like Galarian Ponyta. It's very funny. So I did also get... I got some important utility spells. I very specifically got... I got... teleport and exit. Teleport moves you up a floor unless you're on the floor with the exit, and then it exits you. And exit does what it sounds like. Because, I only mean this. Take this cube. Tiamat, Flying Fortress, please. I obtained the warp cube. Aw, buddy. Defender, 5,000 gil, 6,400 gil. Money, 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 and wizard staff. Let's see what... Like, I'm giving, you know, Black Mage the ribbon. But, like, what the fuck does... I don't need it. Anyway. Let's do a heckin' abscond. I have... So I played the... I guess you'd call it an SMT-like on the Wii U, and I do want to rebuy it for the... Like the Fire Emblem SMT game. I do want to rebuy that on the Switch eventually. I've played Personas 3 through 5. But never like an SMT game proper. Though I really ought to. There are just a lot of, gaps in, like, cultural knowledge we have, I guess. Like, not just video games, but, like, just kind of everything. Like, there are a lot of movies I haven't seen that I really oughta. A lot of music I haven't listened to that I really oughta. I don't know. I think I can live without watching The Honeymooners. Cause as, Philip J. Fry put it, he wasn't an astronaut, he was a TV comedian, and space travel was just a metaphor for beating his wife. So, like, I'm good on that one. But yeah, like, there are a lot of things I just, like, have not played and really oughta. Nice. Yeah, like, I have, I got Metaphor ReFantazio when it was on sale recently. And I think SMT 5 is on the Switch. So I know this probably makes us sound like a freak, but, we don't buy a lot of, PC games. Our Steam library is incredibly... Our Steam game is under 100 games. Just a moment. Oh, Une! I mean, did they have this name in the original? That's a question. This is the Rosetta Stone. Makes it possible to decipher Lufenian. Of course, that's what it was. It all makes sense. Here, allow me to express my gratitude by teaching you Lufenian. There, now you can speak Lufenian too. Sorry, I'm also trying to handle some light audio crackling. Oh, huh. I mean, like, so it's a copy of. So it's a forgery of the original, or it's a copy of a forgery of the original? Can I park right outside? I cannot! Dag nabbit. Can I park here? No. Alright, that's cool. Yeah, no, like, there are things like that I would want to have, too. Like, there are definitely, like, the sort of things where it's like, this is a cool thing that I would like to have a replica of. Like, there's a specific painting. I want a copy. I want a full-size canvas reproduction of A Sunday Afternoon on the Island of La Grande Jatte. Which, you may not recognize the title of the painting. But if you've seen Ferris Bueller's Day Off, you know what the painting is. So, unsurprisingly, because while it is not normal for a 6-year-old's favorite movie to be Ferris Bueller's Day Off, it was still my favorite movie as a child. So, I definitely want a reproduction of that. When I have the space to have a full-size canvas of it. Because it big! It big! I did want to go see it. I was briefly in Chicago last year in November, and I did want to go see it, but unfortunately I was sick as a dog. But like I have reasons to go back to Chicago, so like that'll happen one day. What level am I, anyway? They're all at 40. Okay, this is silly. Hey! I'm in a place! We are the Lufenians, the descendants of the race that once lived among the clouds, the Sky People. You use a vessel you call an airship. It was built by one of our ancestors, a man by the name of Sid. Yeah, that is definitely added, because Sid was not in the original Final Fantasy. The Lightbearers! Then the legend is true! We have a legend that has been passed down through many generations. According to this legend, 400 years after the fall of the civilization in the sky, people bearing light will come forth to save our people. Well, that's me. Hi. I got you. Right, the magic story... Right, I have to go like this way. The castle that floats high above the clouds was once the home of our ancestors. The Mirage Tower is the gateway to that castle. Now the spell stores are over here. Because they sell... These folks sell the good stuff. Yeah... Like, there's a lot of stuff that clearly got, like, put in retroactively. Which, like, sure. Alright. Full life goes here. God, look at how much money I have. And flare! Now, hypothetically, the other level 9 stores are just somewhere in town. We came to believe there was another entity controlling the four fiends. To ascertain its location, we sent out 5 warriors. But much time has passed since we heard from them. I hope no harm has befallen them. Well, we're 5, so, like, we place our last hope in the 5 warriors we sent out. It's been said they fell victim to the curse of the fiends and were all turned into bats. Tiamat blocks the power of wind, the source of the Sky People's strength. Before you leave, legendary warriors, take this chime with you. It will grant you passage into the Mirage Tower. Well, that works. We struggled for our very lives with Tiamat, the fiend of wind. But our power was not enough. To this day, her lair remains in the castle in the sky, the Flying Fortress. Now, here's a question. Really? One day they'll... I mean, I know they will, but, like, one day they'll invent AI pathing that doesn't block my ability to, Wait, hold on. Are there no weapon stores or anything here? Weird. Weird. And, like, there's no stores. Did I miss stuff in Onrak? I can swing back to Onrak. But yeah, like, where do I get... Hold on. I feel a little goozled, because where is... Oh, Gaia. I don't think I bought anything in Gaia, that's why. Because I didn't have the money. Well, this world is composed of 4 forces: fire, earth, water, and wind. Of these, we showed greatest prowess with the power of wind. High in the sky, we set a castle afloat in that azure sea of stars. Pardon me. The Sky People would pass on their memories from one generation to the next through rituals. For 400 years is a very long time, and those memories have begun to fade. Could the mechanical beings our ancestors created still function? Oh, buddy. The flying castle floats on a blue sea of stars beyond the sky. 400 years ago, we built a civilization of the highest order. Even beyond the skies we reached. However, that is not but history now. Well. Time to scoot. Okay, airship is up there. Which, funnily enough, is really close to Gaia. I love how it says their attempt to flee missed. Like, I understand why it's doing that. Like, its attempt failed. But calling it a miss is so funny. I did know that Sid first appeared in Final Fantasy II. And I recently got reminded of that via the Final Fantasy Magic the Gathering set. Because they made a Sid for every single Final Fantasy Sid is in. Which is dope, honestly. And Chocobos, I didn't know that it was the first game to have Ultima. That's cool. Yeah, like, Final Fantasy 1 does lay a lot of groundwork, but it also feels like 2 is forgotten about. Everyone just kind of skips to 3 because it has the job system. But, like, 2 is admittedly a very different game. Alright, well, let's go to Gaia and get some magic. Wait, no, this is Are there other magic stores? Oh, yeah, up there. Okay. Silly me. What was I gonna buy? It's gonna buy Flare, Stop, and Warp. And then over here, I'm absolutely buying Holy, and I'm out of money. Well, I'll swing back after I defeat the Fiend of Wind. Is there anything else I can... I'll just heal. I can't wait to play a Final Fantasy. No, this version is very much... the Pixel Remaster is very much based on the NES version. So, it has spell slots. It very much has spell slots. It's one of my primary gripes about it. Is there any patch of grass closer? Nope. Cool. Awesome. Yeah, the Dawn of Souls versions are based on the Wonder Swan remakes. And the Wonder Swan ports. And the Wonder Swan ports have MP. Dawn of Souls was on the PS1 and then the Game Boy Advance, but it was PS1 first. Alright, where's this friggin... Here it is. Well, here, let's... Yeah, I'll just use pots. Pots, save... Okay. We are in a tower. Oof. Oof, pardon me. Huh. Throw. Nah, I'm just gonna attack. But let's. I want to use Flare. I want to see it. Yeah. You love to see it. Treasure. I'm pro treasure. Like, I will say one of the most satisfying things in this game for me is being able to be a white mage with a hammer, but again, that's Brian Clevinger's fault. Healing Helm, eh? What? Alright, it's a strict downgrade, but... I mean, I'll put it there, because having it is useful. I suppose. Asia Shield, money, money. Yeah, not exactly hurting for money at this point. be able to buy that last spell I need. Let's use Flare again, because it's fun. Vorpal Sword. Neat. Yeah, that's another way you can really tell this is, like, heavily based on D&D. It's like, oh, literally Vorpal Sword. Just, like, literally the thing. The thing it is. Hey, more money. I'm once again pro more money. Ooh, chimeras. That's neat. Let's huck another flare at him. Because it's fun. No, I haven't actually played, like, fan remakes of anything. Not for any particular, like, big reason. It's more of a cast blink when used. Weird. Wild. Love how Vorpal Sword is literally a strict downgrade. Hilarious. Oh, right, it was the shield. I'll use that instead. Yeah, I don't, like, it's a personal thing. I just tend to not, like, I grew up primarily on consoles. Like, the amount of PC games I played before I became a Mac daily driver, I can count on two hands. And also two of those games were Roller Coaster Tycoon. So, like, So it's very much a thing of, like, if I cannot easily play it on a console, I won't. And yeah, that means very little in this day and age. What are these for? Weird. But yeah, like, I don't know. I feel weird. Like, I don't know. I recently changed, because fuck Windows 10, and also especially fuck Windows 11, but also fuck Windows 10, switched to Linux, and, like, things run, but it's like, I'm already hitting, like, kind of the limit on the amount of, the amount I'm willing to do that involves, non-standard things. Like, I don't know, I'm very much aware of the amount of, like, patience I have with any given thing. Kind of comes with all the brain problem situations we have. But I, like, you know, there's only so much I'm willing to drive, or how many times I'm willing to leave the house in a day. Or, like, how much effort I'm willing to go through in order to play a video game. You know, things like that. And, like, if I'm playing a video game, 99% of the time, I want to play it with a controller. Using a keyboard and a mouse to play a game is so weird to our brain. It does not sit right. And, like, I understand that is, like, an incredibly wild thing to say, but also, like, That's just how we are. Yeah, let's you and you. Alright, that works. Oh, right! I forgot I have Holy. Does Holy... I don't think Holy only works on undead. But I did fully forget I have it. Damages all enemies with Holy Light. But also these are undead enemies, so I'm just gonna smack them with Diaga. Diaga? Diaga? I mean, if they live long enough, everything dies so fucking fast. Let's queue up a Holy, shall we? I want to see it. Again, if anything lives long enough. Mm-hmm. Yep. Yep. Mm-hmm. Yep. Friggin' figures. Oh, I have to go, like, all... not all the way around, but I do have to go around some amount. Alright, now I'm going to use Holy, and you will just defend. Hell yeah. Oh, that's a pretty solid number. God, that's such a silly sound. I will never get over how silly that sound is. Oh, that's once again a stupid amount of money. Let's talk to you. Our friend left on a journey to the west. He took the warp cube and went to see our master. Oh, I saw your friend. Right, I have Holy. I mean, also they're undead, so I'll just use that. God. Listen, Holy Spam is bad in Final Fantasy XIV, but nothing was ever as bad as Ring of Thorns spam. Ring of Thorns spam would make me mute my television. I'm saying that as someone who mained Dragoon. Yeah. Like, people would just sit and do it in... sit and spam Ring of Thorns in, Mordona, and it drove me absolutely insane. Nothing will ever live long enough for Holy. It's really... I would say it's funny, but, like, it's kind of sad. Thor's Hammer. Ooh. I have things to equip. Sunblade. Accuracy goes slightly down, but also who gives a shit? Yeah, I'll use Sunblade. Then throw Defender here. Accuracy 100%. Let's go. Thor's Hammer! And it casts Lindara when used. Okay, that's actually worthwhile, because it's also a strict upgrade. Yeah, accuracy really does not matter. I have never missed. God, I can't get over how Fighter looks like Commander Jack Ransom from Star Trek Lower Decks, and his armor just makes him look like he plays football. Because it does. Alright. Rest well, Retro Gamer, and thank you for joining. Hell yeah. There's nothing else up there, so I'll just go through this door and loop back around. But yeah, God, really, like, I don't know, this thing continues to not really be a challenge, and it's, I don't know, I wish it was. It tried to flee after I used Holy, that's so funny. That's so funny. Vampire. Alright, well, I'm just smacking you with the Diaja. Oh, that is big number against undead. I like that. Nice. Let's heal up real quick. Woo Dwagon. Alright. Let's throw a Proterra on. Use Flare for funsies. Or it'll die in one hit! God. Literally silly. Literally silly. Wait, what? Can I put diamond on you? No, so that's... Okay, I can't put the dragon armor on you either. So I'll use the dragon mail because it sounds cooler. Use the warp cube to travel beyond the sky. It will take you to the flying fortress. Whee! Alright. I'm going to throw down a quick save. Let's wander around, shall we? Thundaga? Or I'll just be dead so I don't have to think about it. Sure. Okay. You love to see it, I guess. Razor. Cast Scourge when used. Well, it's not something... Just strict downgrade. Okay. Let's throw down a holy and a flare. These are hitting for so... These numbers are so low. It's kind of ridiculous. So, in the going live posts we made for this, I joked about, hey, what are we going to do after Final Fantasy 1? And, like, you know, obviously we're going to do Final Fantasy 2, but there's going to be a little bit of a palate cleanser first. Because after we finish Final Fantasy 1, which we're looking at Thursday at this point, once we finish Final Fantasy 1, we'll be playing Of the Devil next week in a new show called Visual Novel Book Club, where we go through visual novels. So we'll be doing what's available of the Devil next week. And then after that, we will alternate Final Fantasy II and Soul of Sovereignty, which is Gigi DG's visual novel. And part of that is so that I don't burn out on playing just Final Fantasy games. And part of that is because, you know, I have a lot of games that I haven't played, and I want to play them. And, like, I want to have some amount of variety. I want to play things that are newer than ports of original Nintendo games. I want to approach all these different things. So next week we'll be playing Of the Devil, which is an Ace Attorney-like, if it has been explained to me correctly. And then we'll be alternating Final Fantasy II and Soul Sov. And we'll go from there. Like, I do have a list of visual novels I want to play in a rough order in which I want to approach them. But also, like, we'll see how the schedule sits after Final Fantasy II, because it might be a thing where we move on to 3 days a week. That's a lot of money. But yeah, we'll see. Like, I have, in my own notes, a rough shape of how I want things to progress. But yeah, I'm excited. Hup. Alright. I mean, yeah, this isn't exactly the most complicated dungeon. It's more of a sprawl than anything else. It's not a literal maze. But yeah, so that's the rough plan going forward. And I'm very excited to be able to share other games with you and how we approach them. Some time slots may also be moving around. I'm looking to potentially start this stream like an hour or two later, or just like streaming in general an hour or two later. It might also be the sort of thing where, like, on some days of the week it's earlier and on some days of the week it's later. It depends. You know, there is an amount of playing by ear But yeah. And there are other shows in the works. I know we are one body, so there's only so many video game we can play at a time. Especially when we want to, you know, have a social life and other things. But oh, right. I do need to cast spells. Or Cat's Claw still does a ton of damage. What? Sure. But yeah. The best place to keep up with where, what the schedule is and what I'm doing is on, Blue Sky, where we are ostensibly under our, singlet Sona, so it is, at Fiona from the enter.net, which is also in our, like, Twitch links and whatnot. More diamond gloves, sure. Just a whole lot of doubles, huh? Or they'll just die. Okay. I will at some point set up the, like, scheduling thing in Twitch and also, like, build a shareable calendar. But, like, given that the schedule is changing somewhat soon, I didn't want to set it just for it to immediately change, you know? That's another personal neurosis we have. Another ribbon. Interesting. Yeah, I mean, way down stats-wise, even if it... Yeah, I'm just getting loads of doubles of shit. Wild. I guess they're, like, having doubles is there so that, like, in case you didn't get it from the first one, blah, 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 but also, like... I don't know, if you're basing this on D&D, like... I don't know, was the murder hobo archetype a thing in 2E? Eh. Anyway. Are you kidding? Sure, whatever. Oh! Sick! Really? It's a downgrade. Okay, it's an upgrade for you, I guess. That's annoying, though. I don't know, I guess we'll see if we get another diamond armlet. Not like I'm exactly worried about incoming damage at this point in Final Fantasy 1 anyway. I can out-damage and out-heal everything, so it's like, whatever. Ah, pardon me. Yeah, I once again have a silly amount of money. Adamantite. Sick. Now I can get a really good weapon. From the dwarf. Ba 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 ba. It'd be really funny if I encounter Warmech. It would just be really, really funny if I encounter Warmech. Because it's like I'm fucking stomping through this game. So it'd just be really funny if I encounter Warmech and it's the first actual challenge I face. Alright. Let's boop. And boop, 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 and boop. Neat. Cool, you healed on turn 1? Sure, dude. This must be the location of the Chaos Shrine. Huh. Neat. Can look out on the entire world. Well, that's a whole bunch of treasure. Ugh. Clothes. Yeah, I definitely needed the fucking base equipment from this game. Huh. Sure. Weird that it goes in the shield slot, but okay. Whatever you want, Vibio Jam. You do you. Have I broken half a mil yet? Nope, not yet. It'll be funny when I break half a mil, and by funny, I mean sad. Dark Fighter, eh? I mean, you still die in, like, no time at all, so... Well, at least prep for the final dungeon will not be a problem. Because if anything, I can just sell off dupes. Ooh, pardon me. Analyzing Tiamat. No weakness. Oh, I didn't realize you could talk to those. Huh. Sorry, treasure in here. No, these are all just computers. All saying the same thing, too. Vampire Lord, eh? How are you surviving this close to the sun, my dude? Get blasted. Did I use this one already? It's wild that the game is putting enemies this weak, this close to the end of the game. Sasuke's blade, eh? Okay, yeah, that's a strict upgrade. You love to see it. Alright. Well, up we go. Is this floor just filler? That's wild. Like, what a... It is... So, looking at a map of this floor, it is literally just a grid of walkways and pass-through holes. That is so wild. Like, you could have just made it one floor less. Whatever. Alright. So I'm gonna heal up. Because this is hypothetically where you encounter the war mech. And I'm gonna be honest with you, I kinda wanna... Boo. No, I really want to encounter war mech is the thing. I really want to. But I'm also a little sicko who wants a friggin' challenge. I'll do like... I'll do like a few more passes, and if it doesn't show up, I'll just do it. Oh. Ultimately, I am glad that I only did the Citadel of Trials on Thursday. Because I feel like the pacing would have been really weird if I did the Citadel of Trials and then the water dungeon, and then just did this and then beat the game. That feels a little bit too compressed, and I'd rather have the end of the game be its own separate stream. It feels more correct that way. Alright, I'll do one more pass. Okay. Final pass. Every time I get the encounter screen, I'm like, is it? No, it's not. Okay, well, let's heal up again. Alright. We'll do another quick save. Like, just in case, but let's be real. The Lich Merilith, the Kraken. You defeated 3 fiends and reached my lofty perch. All the better. May the image of Tiamat, the fiend of wind, be the last to burn into your eyes. Or I'll defeat you in like 1 turn. Let's be real here. Okay, so it may not be 1 turn. Might be 2 turns. It literally did, the bite did 5 damage. Christ. Huh. Interesting. Alright, let's... I'm gonna do that. And then I'm gonna try this, because apparently Tiamat is weak to break. It missed, that's fine. See, look, an AoE heal that does actual number. God, I'm gonna use Protera. Yep, see? It just took 1 more turn. I shouldn't have used Break. God, this is so silly. Well, that is the final crystal. And on Thursday, we go back to where it all started, and we have to kill chaos. Ugh. I hate myself for saying that, like, to be clear. But I'm gonna get back to the airship first before I call it. But, like, yeah, that's... We're almost done with Final Fantasy 1, chat. You know, after this, we get to move on to stories that have actual plot and narrative. Isn't that exciting? But yeah, if you enjoyed the stream, please follow. If you liked it enough to contribute to me having money to exist, by all means, feel free to subscribe. Especially if you have Amazon Prime, because you can use your Prime sub to use Amazon's money to make to subscribe. Otherwise, you can keep up with what's going on streamways and other weird things in my life by following me on Blue Sky at Fiona from the Inter.net. And you can check out VODs. I have been getting the VODs up. One went up today at noon, another goes up tomorrow at noon. And I should have all the VODs up before we move on to the next game. But the VODs are on YouTube at Pleonastic Tautology. And yeah, by all means, feel free to stick around if you liked it. Toss me your dollars, because I could really heckin' use them. And yeah, I'll see you all on Thursday at 1 p.m. Pacific for the finale of Final Fantasy 1. I'll see you all then.